Good evening, everyone. Hope nobody's melted as yet. My name is Anne McGregor, and I will be your MC this evening. I may be a little rusty on the microphone, so bear with me. First of all, I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. And please have a seat. I will do the formal introductions in just a little bit. First of all, we are going to start with the Dragon Dance. And the Dragon Dance is made up of our Michelin teams, the Michelin River Runners, and Michelin Tire Huggers. So here we go. Let's kick off the evening's festivities. And now I'm going to introduce you to the teams that are taking part in this year's Race on the River Dragon Boat Festival, led by, once again, big shout to Michelin River Runners and Michelin Tire Huggers. We didn't melt! Thanks, guys. All right, I don't know if all the teams are here, but I'm going to do a shout out for all the teams that are taking part this year. I think we're in alphabetical order. Fingers crossed, I think so. The Blue Nosers, thank you, Roger. Also, the Cape Breasoners. The town of New Glasgow. There they are. The High Sea Highlanders. And the Medical Misfits. Hey guys, it's the Pink Dragonfly Warriors. Love it. Quaddy Cruisers. Thank you, Roger. Let's hear it for them. Up next, we have our friends from the Reef Knots. New team. Oriental Sun. Let's welcome them here this evening to the opening ceremonies, paddling this weekend. We have our two Sobeys teams joining us this evening, Sobeys or Bust and Sobeys Road Warriors. Come on in, guys. The Sydney Harbour Dragon Boat Club. We have the team of Tippeto from Moncton and Team SOS. Come on down. From Truro, Team SOS joining us from Truro. They never miss an event, that's for sure. It's the Weeks Dragon Diggers. The team from Weeks. And last but certainly not least, want to give a big welcome to the Women Alike Abreast a River team. Okay, so that's all of our teams that are here this evening, but I did want to give a little shout out to all the teams that are taking part. So the other teams that I didn't introduce you to tonight, the Advocate Printer Devils, Bosom Buddies, Presta Hoy supporters. Who else didn't I tell you about? Dartmouth Dragon Beast, Dragon Express, Flourishing Firecrackers, the Northern Grit. Thank you. Sorry, I think we got everybody. Let's hear it for all our teams taking part this year. Thank you. All All right, well, we're going to make this night official. I need Jim Stewart, New Glasgow Town Crier, to please come up and do his thing. By the way, Jim's been doing his thing for, as of this year, 30 years as Town Crier in New Glasgow. And he recently just won the Best Dressed Crier at the British Championships. Take it away, Jim.
Oh, yay! Oh, yay! Oh, yay! My lords and ladies, boys and girls, take heed and listen as I have a message of great importance. On this occasion, I bring greetings of Pasul, bienvenue, Volcha, and welcome to all attending this 19th annual Race on the River. Tomorrow, the East River will be alive with the sound of drums, the cut of paddles, and the cheering of spectators. I would also like to make a dear welcome to our Honorary Chair, Dr. Lisa Barrett, a voice of calm in a sea of chaos. May tomorrow be blessed with fair weather, keen competition, and good sportsmanship. Crying aloud this 22nd day of July, the year of our Lord 2022. Let New Glasgow flourish. God bless a free and united Canada. God save the Queen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stewart. And now for the singing of our national anthem, I will introduce to the stage Justin Skinner. Justin? Justin a little later on this evening, and I'll tell you more a bit about his background coming up, and also he's going to be performing an original song, so we're looking forward to that. So I would like to introduce you to our honorary stage guests this evening. President Dion Antle. Dion is the president of the Dragon Boat Board and has been super busy, and you did not melt today, so we're so happy you're here, Dion. Thank you for all your hard work. And how about a big round of applause for all the volunteers this weekend. And as our town crier noted, this year's honorary chair, we're so pleased to have her here this evening, Dr. Lisa Barrett. And sitting next to Dr. Barrett is the Honourable Fraser, MP for Central Nova. Hi, Sean. Tim Houston, Premier of Nova Scotia. That's the first time I got a chance to say that on stage. Premier Houston. And is Pat Dunn here? I don't see Pat here this evening. Okay, so we have New Glasgow Mayor Nancy Dix. Hi there, Nancy. I did see Westville Mayor Lenny White. Where is he? Oh, there he is up front. Hi, Lenny. Thanks for being here this evening. And I believe Pictou Mayor Jim Ryan is here too. Hey, Jim. Deputy Mayor Nicole LeBlanc. Hi, Nicole. New mom, Nicole. And on the stage is Jessie Parkinson. Jessie is the chair of the Women Alike Abreast River Dragon Boat team. Give a little wave, Jessie, the lovely Jessie. And then we also have Peter McKay, who's representing one of the organizations, the beneficiaries, member of the Special Olympics Canada Board of Directors, here on behalf of Special Olympics Northern Region. Thank you for being here tonight, Peter. And we also have Tom Mooney from Pictou County Prostate Cancer Support Society. Hi, where's Tom at? Hi, Tom. And as well, we have, Elliot Stillman in the back. Where's Elliot? Yes, hi, Elliot. I'm so sorry. See, I haven't done this for a while. Joanne Cumminger is on the stage as well, the lovely Joanne. Thank you, Joanne. Sorry. We also have Courtney Siddell. Am I saying that right, Courtney? Yes, great. Hi, Courtney. And Sadie Butler. Where's Sadie? Give us a little wave, Sadie. Hi, Sadie. Of course, you all know Jim Stewart. Jim was on stage earlier, our town crier. All right, so welcome to the Race on the River Pictou County Dragon Boat Festival opening ceremonies this evening. You've met all of our guests, and I'm going to introduce you once again to President Dion Antle. Dion is going to come up and introduce our dignitaries this evening for a few words. Come on up, Dion. I need a break. Thanks.
Good evening, honorable stage guests, sponsors, Dragon Boat team members, volunteers, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Board of Directors for the Pictou County Dragon Boat Society, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the 2022 Race on the River Festival. This year marks the 19th anniversary of our festival, and we are proud to acknowledge that through our past festivals, the teams participating in our races have generated over $2 million in donations. And we're going to add to that again this year, aren't we, folks? Awesome. So it's important to note that 100% of the monies raised in pledges go directly to our beneficiaries. And our beneficiaries are the Women Alike Breast Cancer Survivor Society, the Special Olympics Northern Region, and the Pictou County Prostate Cancer Support Association. So the 2022 Board of Directors would like to thank our generous sponsors, including presenting sponsor Sobeys, our enthusiastic teams, and of course our volunteers who dedicate extraordinary time and effort to ensure our festival is a success. We can't do it without you folks. Thank you. And at this time, I would like to thank the Board of Directors for their commitment and dedication in organizing this year's event. So board members, will you please raise your hand as I introduce you to our audience? So starting with Nikki Parnell in Human Resources. Emma Eagles, Marketing and Social Media. Megan Brophy, Marketing and Social Media. Terry Richardson, corporate sponsorship. Chris Higdon, site and security. For the all the teams that are here this evening, you should know this name very well. Ann Baxter, team recruitment. Sherry Cheek is our secretary. Hi, Sherry. Jana Crier is our treasurer, and she also looked after pledge this year. Thank you, Jana. Jillian McNeil is heading up competition for us. Bob Rogers and his team from Team Services will look after getting all your life jackets and paddles and whatnot to you. Hi, Bob. Tom Mooney with Ceremonies. Thank you, Tom. Cindy Skinner, who's also leading the pack here for Ceremonies this evening. There she is. And Roger Swarbrick, who is the advisor to the board of directors. So folks, I invite you all to return tomorrow for an exciting day of dragon boat racing. The weather is calling for a beautiful but a very hot day. So please prepare accordingly in order to be safe. Thank you very much. Paddles up.
So I'll now call on the Honourable Fraser to say a few words.
Look, folks, you have no idea what joy it gives me to adjust the microphone after Ann introduces me again. This is a running gig we've had now for the better part of 7 years, but the reason I'm so excited to do it tonight, it means we're actually gathered in person at an event that has a microphone, and to see so many people here is absolutely fabulous. Look, this event is a really special part of what it means to be from our community. The organizations that we're supporting to help people who've been through extraordinary difficulty, who've survived cancer, some people who are continuing to go through it, not just to have more than $2 million fundraised from our community, but the support that people get in the most human way possible, to have somebody to lean on, to talk to somebody who's been through what they've been through, is something that's absolutely invaluable. I'm going to go ahead and guess that there's not a single person here who's not loved someone or lost someone who's been touched by cancer. And to see our community come together in support of those who are in need is something that makes me so proud to be from Pictou County. You know, the Special Olympics as well is an extraordinary organization. I took a tour recently of Summer Street just to meet some of the participants who've been at the games in Antigonish. And the pride that you see when some of our community members bring home a medal is one thing, but the pride that their friends who competed alongside them, whether they won or not, show communicates exactly what it means to be part of the Special Olympics. And that's to be just a good person who's there to support your friend and neighbor. You know, I'm so lucky to be from this community. Look, we get this natural asset, the East River, that's going to host us tomorrow morning. What really makes the community is the people. What I've seen over the last couple of years in our community through extraordinarily trying circumstances has represented the very best of our community in the very worst of times. You know, when I think about what the last couple of years means to me, I'm not going to be thinking about the time I spent locked inside my home. I'm going to be thinking about my neighbors who were delivering groceries to vulnerable seniors in our community. I'm going to be thinking about the people who started the Nova Scotia Kitchen Party, so we all had some entertainment online. I'm going to be thinking about the people when things started to open up that stopped by small businesses in our community to make sure that they were still here as we want to rebuild things on the back end of this pandemic. And that spirit that I saw over the course of the pandemic is represented in the event here tonight. We get people who've come together, who've been asking their friends to make a donation to support people in our community, to make sure that we have equipment to take care of people who have fallen sick with cancer, to make sure that they've got an organization to come back to be supported when they're seeking to recover, and to make sure that people in our community who live with an intellectual disability get to take part in the most extraordinary event, the Special Olympics, that I've ever attended. It is such an honor for me to be here, not as a member of Parliament, but to be a member of this community who sees people who care about their neighbors as much as they do themselves. It's the most beautiful thing about our community, and I'm so proud to be a part of it. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Sean. Appreciate those words. And I'll now call to the microphone the Honourable Tim Houston, Premier of Nova Scotia, from Pictou County.
Thank you, Anne. How nice is it to see Anne and hear Anne behind the microphone? That's good. And I wouldn't say rusty at all, but there was a moment when I thought she was going to skip over Joanne, and I thought, Anne's going to be in trouble. It's good to platform guests, each of you. It's so good. You got her, yeah. It's so good to be here with each of you tonight. I'm thankful to be home in Pictou County for an event like this. It's great to be home in Pictou County, that's for sure. And some of you will know that my mother is a breast cancer survivor. My brother is not. My mother is a survivor, but my brother is not. And these aren't things that we will ever forget. I'll tell you, I cried every day for a year when my brother passed from undetected breast cancer that metastasized through his entire body. So I tell you, these are things that we carry with us. And as Sean said, everyone here has been touched by cancer. And my mother is a survivor. My father is a survivor of adenoid cancer. My mother-in-law is a survivor of blood cancer, and my father-in-law is a survivor of prostate cancer. So those are the good stories. And we should never forget these happy stories of survival, and that's really what we're celebrating this weekend in so many ways. So thank you, Dion, and your team for creating this space where we can talk about these things and doing it for 19 years. So it's interesting that this event is pretty much the same age as me. Don't let the gray hair fool you. I didn't have any a year ago. But thank you to the team at the Race on the River for making this event happen. This event is a staple of summer here in Glasgow, but in Pictou County, we're awful proud of this event. And tomorrow you will see how important this event is to so many people. So thank you to the athletes. For gathering tomorrow. Yeah, it's athletes. It's surprise somebody, but you're athletes. At least for tomorrow. Thank you to the athletes. And I know that for many of you, it might be your first time tomorrow. I've participated in this race a few times, and so I'm still a novice, but you'll have a lot of fun. And you should take pride in your heart, knowing that your participation is something that helps towards raising $2 million+ and that's really important. So thank you to the organizers, thank you to the athletes, but most of all, thank you to each and every one of you for coming out and doing what Blue Nosers do, and that's get together to support their community when it's most needed, and that's really what's happening tomorrow. So have a great day tomorrow. Thank you for being here tonight, but most of all, thank you for being here tomorrow and each and every day, supporting your loved ones around you and supporting your communities. Thanks so much. My absolute honor to be here.
And I believe the Mayor of New Glasgow is going to come up to say a few words. Mayor Nancy, come on up.
Good evening, everyone. It's certainly my pleasure to be here and welcome you on behalf of the town of New Glasgow. We often say our greatest asset here in New Glasgow is our river, and what better event than Race on the River to showcase that. Coming very close, if not on the same level, is our community of volunteers. Congratulations to the Dragon Boat Society and their many volunteers, people that you see year after year, and this event runs so smoothly. These people know what they're doing. Also, along with the Dragon Boat people that put this together, I have to say, incredible the number of people in our community that have put teams in, raised pledges. You have to thank all the people in the community that are contributing to this as well. So our community and our river, two of our greatest assets. With that, I'd like to say a very special welcome on behalf of the town of New Glasgow to Dr. Barrett. I know myself, and I'm sure many others here, watched Lisa faithfully over the last couple of years. You became almost somebody that I turned on the news to listen to, because I knew what you were saying was what I needed to hear. Wonderful to be here. Nice to see everyone. Good luck tomorrow. The other thing I want to say, was it ever nice to hear the beat of the drum on the river for the last little while? We missed it over the last couple of years. So thank you, everyone. Those that are here tomorrow, have fun, and we'll see you on the river.
Nancy, and now I'm going to call again on President Dion Anthem for a formal introduction of our honorary chair this evening.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you this evening the 2022 Race on the River Honorary Chair. Dr. Lisa Barrett is an assistant professor in the Department of Microbiology and Immunology, as well as the Department of Medicine in the Faculty of Medicine at Dalhousie University. She earned a bachelor's degree, a medical degree, and a PhD at the Memorial University of Newfoundland. She continued her training at Dalhousie University, the University of Toronto, and the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. Dr. Barrett's interests span from the lab to the community. Her work in the lab is focused on understanding changing immunity to viruses such as HIV, hepatitis C, and now COVID as people age. In the community, she studies ways of bringing stigma-free care and self-testing to vulnerable people. Most recently, she's been a champion of free and equitable access to self-COVID tests and the role of community volunteers in the COVID response. And since March of 2020, Dr. Barrett has shared her knowledge and advice with Atlantic Canadians eager to understand more about the COVID pandemic in public forums such as the TV news programs and social media. She has a unique ability to translate her considerable scientific knowledge into easily understood explanations. Whether it's proper mask usage or the latest on emerging vaccines, Dr. Barrett has been a trusted source of sharing the facts surrounding COVID-19. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Lisa Barrett.
As we say in Newfoundland, some hot, what? Y'all melting or what? Because we are up here. Thank you very much, honored guests, and most importantly to the members of the New Glasgow community, the athletes and participants for tomorrow's Dragon Boat race, and all of the volunteers who make up the heart of the community and the race on the river. I'm absolutely honored and blessed to be here. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. So I was told that I was getting in a boat potentially later and to wear sensible shoes. And for those of you who know me, I don't own many sensible shoes. They're all 4-inch heels. You'll be happy to know I do not have 4-inch heels on tonight. And that is out of great respect for the fact that I really did want to be a part of something that I've, number one, never been a part of before. And number two, I have a great deal of respect and a very, very great sense of pride in being invited to be a part of something like this, where people are gathering not just to celebrate survivorship and not just to celebrate getting through an illness or a disease, but to celebrate being a part of something bigger that's community. And that's, I think, what I've learned most over the last several years in this pandemic, as we go through it and continue to move into this next phase, is that community is not just a thing that's on a piece of paper. It's exactly what I'm looking at here tonight and on the stage as people go through. Community is not a word, it's a living entity and being. And volunteering is not just something you do with your time, it's part of your heart. And everyone I've seen here, every person that's contacted me in the last number of months about this organization has spoken with heart and about their ability to contribute, not just to survivors, but to their community and beyond. Not about dollars, I'm not good with the numbers, I'm not, put a dollar sign in front of it and I'm finished. But the numbers speak in a different way to the hundreds and hundreds of hours of effort people have put in because they feel compelled to look after and care for the people around them. And that doesn't take medical experts, and this is something I've learned carefully and well, and more significantly through the last 2.5 years when we couldn't get together. You can be present with each other, care for each other, and look after each other without even the hint of a medical degree or medical expertise, with heart and community. And the recipients of the proceeds here tonight, as well as the people generating the fundraising efforts here tonight, are all excellent examples of that. You look after each other, you push each other to be better, and you show up for each other, pandemic or not, bad weather or particularly lovely weather on a night like this. And as we go forward into this weekend, I hope everyone remembers that this is not just about people, but it's about groups of people and heart. And that's what's gotten us through the last 2.5 years. So thank you so much for having me here as the chair. Thank you to everyone who's involved in this organization. And I look forward to getting into a boat with my sensible shoes at some point over the next 2 days and being a small part of this. Thank you for your hearts, your community, and your love for each other. This is what Nova Scotia is, New Glasgow is, and it's what's going to get us through the next stage of the challenges we face in our country and world. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Barrett. And yes, standing ovation. Thank you for providing your expertise and insight, helping to keep us up to date and informed these past 2 years. We'll never be able to say thank you enough for all you've done. And I was fangirling a little bit behind stage, and I met her, and I'm like, hi, Dr. Barrett. And I did ask if she had any vacation this summer, because I'm pretty sure she works nonstop, and she is going to spend the weekend in New Glasgow, and she'll be taking in the Dragon Boat festivities this weekend with her family. So enjoy your stay. Try the pizza. So we're now going to hear from representatives from the Dragon Boat beneficiaries. First up, I would like to welcome to the stage Jessie Parkinson. Jessie is chair of the Women Alike Abreast a River Dragon Boat team. Come on up, Jessie.
I'm going to begin by one-upping the Premier. I'm exactly the same age as this event. I'm just prematurely gray and prematurely crippled. The Women Alike Society is a registered charity begun in 1995 for the purpose of supporting patients in Pictou County diagnosed with breast cancer through their treatment and beyond. As a support group, the Society holds regular monthly meetings with guest speakers to provide information to our members on the latest advances in treatment and to share with one another our journey of survivorship from this deadly disease. Women Alike Abreast a River is a committee of the Society, and for the past 22 years has provided an opportunity for women to paddle in the same boat for exercise, good health, and relaxation once a week. Actually, that's twice a week, from May until October on the beautiful river to my left. Present and past members of the team will tell you that there is nothing quite so fulfilling as stepping onto the dock after a good workout or a peaceful paddle, whatever the mood of our steerperson was that evening. And we race. Oh, how we race. This team has raced in Halifax, Sydney, St. John, Moncton, Vancouver, Hamilton, Peterborough, Sarasota, Florida, Florence, Italy, and most recently last month on False Creek in Vancouver at the Concord Pacific Dragon Boat Festival. Everywhere we go, we wear Nova Scotia tartan in one form or another and proudly represent our province and always the town of New Glasgow. Part of every festival is the carnation ceremony, where representatives from every team fill the boats and rafts together to honor those who have succumbed to breast cancer. With beautiful words, music, and poetry, we remember them and throw pink carnations into the water as a symbol of our love. This ceremony will take place tomorrow at noon, and we hope you'll be there to join us. To those in the audience who have had breast cancer or who know someone who has had or is going through treatment, we extend an invitation to join us. There are those who finish their treatment and who prefer to live their lives without a memory of their cancer. Each of us is different and has different coping strategies. They are all valid. But for those of us who feel like they could use support, or those who simply want to improve their level of physical fitness, you may find a place with us. Recent studies have shown that regular physical exercise reduces the reoccurrence by a whopping 38%. It also significantly reduces the risk of developing lymphedema, a debilitating condition resulting in severe swelling of the arm closest to the site after lymph nodes have been removed through surgery. We have found that paddling in the boat is good for the body and good for the soul. This year, through a grant from the Nova Scotia Department of Communities, Culture, Tourism and Heritage, we were able to sponsor an exercise program for our members twice weekly from January until May. Our members were able to increase their level of fitness in a setting where their exposure to the COVID virus was less likely, as we have members with compromised immune systems. This is but one of the many advantages of joining us. We invite you to visit our tent tomorrow or to see us on our website or on Facebook, Women Alike Abreast a River. None of this would be possible without the generous support of the community through Race on the River, and to you, we are extremely grateful. In addition to operating the boat, your charitable donations have enabled us to donate in excess of $300,000 to the Aberdeen Hospital for equipment to help in diagnosis and treatment. Over $60,000 to the Lodge That Gives in Halifax to help house patients from our area who must travel for treatment. And countless dollars for everything from gas cards to wigs, prostheses, mastectomy bras, and vests for post-surgical patients. Most recently, in the past year, we were able to donate $7,000 to the Patient Navigator to assist patients in accessing treatment. You give, and we give back. Dion, we know that this event does not happen without months of careful planning and preparation by you and your team of hardworking volunteers. Not only does this make possible financial support for the 3 beneficiaries, but it brings the town together in an event that showcases our facilities and our people. On behalf of Women Alike, I extend a great big thank you for once again enabling us to provide support to those in Pictou County who have breast cancer. The work that you do this weekend benefits those you will never know, and on behalf of whom I also take the liberty of saying thank you.
Thank you so much, Jesse. Up next, from the Pictou County Prostate Cancer Support Society, and he also helped organize the opening festivities this evening, Mr. Tom Mooney.
Thank you, Ann. Good evening. The Pictou County Prostate Support Association's purpose is to support and educate men with prostate cancer and their families, to provide equipment that helps cancer patients and all that kind of thing that happens. Over the years, we have supported by buying equipment for treatment, supplying that to the Aberdeen Hospital. Also, we've supported palliative care, most recently with the music therapy program that was started. As well, we are ardent supporters of the Lodge in Halifax. Where would the people of Pictou County be without that lodge? It's so important, and it's terrifying when you read the statistics that the biggest users are Pictou County. You know, it's a scary, scary, scary number. None of this would be possible without the support of volunteers. Without the volunteers, none of the 3 beneficiaries here tonight would be able to function. The race on the river itself would not happen. Over the past couple of years, like everyone else, it was not possible to meet and do our thing, as it were. We also had members who were ill, who passed away, and you know, it was a struggling time for all of us. Well, why do I tell you this? Because earlier today, I was here volunteering, setting up for tonight. How did that happen? Well, I was starting to distance myself from the prostate group. It just did not seem to matter as much to me. So just before COVID hit, I was asked to take a position on the Race on the River board to replace someone that had been a faithful member of the board. So I joined the board, and for 18 months I did nothing. You know, yes, welcome to the board. Oh, we're not doing anything, COVID. Anyways, well, time rolls on, and here I am working away at something I know very little about. Talk about on-the-job training. Instead of quitting, I decided to embrace the job as best I could. I made a lot of mistakes in my part of the things this past couple of months. All that little in-betweening between Ann and Dion, that's my notes causing that. Anyways, Phil, the man who talked me into this, is unable to do this anymore. And I now realize how big a job it is and how important it is. And I'm closing with 2 things here. Thank you, Phil, for an incredible life lesson, and I'll keep on doing it as long as I can. And my wife told me today that I've talked more to Cindy Skinner, my co-chair, than her for the last 2 weeks. So thank you, Cindy. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Tom. And speaking on behalf of Special Olympics Northern Regions, the Honourable Peter McKay, member of the Special Olympics Canada Board of Directors. Peter?
Thank you very much, Ann. What a pleasure to be here. What a pleasure to be anywhere after the last 2 years. Dion, Dr. Barrett, Minister Fraser, Premier Houston, Mayor Dix, Ryan and White, and to all of our platform guests, and to everyone who's gathered here. This is going to be a memorable, wonderful weekend, as have the previous 19. We've missed this opportunity to gather by the river. Isn't that an old hymn, man? Gather. Shall we gather by the river? And like so many, there is great memories of being here, but we are supporting these incredible causes headed by great organizations who, as we've heard on full display, are nothing short of inspirational when it comes to the personal impact that these organizations have. Special Olympics, the Women Abreast, the prostate cancer. We've all, as previous speakers have said, been touched in one way or another. And so these opportunities to come together and demonstrate the power of pulling together, of paddling together for these wonderful causes is really the epitome of a strong community, a strong province, and a town that has been such an incredible host to this event now for 19 years. Listening to Jesse speak about the facts, the figures, and Tom as well, is a reminder, again, of the devastating impact that cancer can have. I'm here representing the Special Olympics, which has been a part of my life for a very long time. Having had the opportunity to join the national board and to see, and it's the first opportunity I really had to share this with you, having lived away from the community for a time, to see the national impact that members of this community have had on Special Olympics. Terry Richardson, for one, Leslie Sobey, Kathy Mason, all have been recognized nationally for the work that they've done, and many, many others that came from this community that have put our community forward. Sean had mentioned the fact that we were hosting in Antigonish, the provincial games. Just a few years ago, prior to COVID, we hosted the National Special Olympics Games. And I can tell you, this past weekend, and having been at some of those games, national games and local games, the joy and the full display of humanity at these games is something to behold. And so, again, I believe Pictou County, our community, has been at the very forefront. And I have to mention Sobeys as well. When it comes to a company with a corporate heart and caring, and Sobeys have gone about this in a classic, understated, modest way in supporting persons with disability, persons with intellectual disability. This is, again, what underscores the strength and cornerstone of this community that we love and care for. So have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay hydrated, try to stay sort of dry. I was in a boat that crashed one year, and the women abreast the river know full well that it takes a lot of skill. I remember watching from the bridge in the early days of this festival and thinking, well, that doesn't look so hard. Then we got in a boat and crashed. So have a wonderful, wonderful time. New memories will be created this weekend, and new friendships, to be sure. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Peter. And Peter mentioned Terry Richardson. I like to call him Mr. T, and I know he's around here somewhere. He's coming up to thank the sponsors. So among the many things and volunteer work that Terry does, he's also a board member with the Dragon Boat team here.
You know, when you want to be a great golfer, you golf with the great ones. You want to be a great paddler, you go with the women on the lake. When you want to lead with the MC, you stick with my girl here. And when you ever want to get on the stage, you did a pretty good job putting this stage together, didn't we? Our stage guests. And yes, Lisa did answer my text message, so thank God. I do know, yeah, it was mentioned here about Sobeys right from the inception of the event. Sobeys has been the presenting sponsor, always have been, and I don't think I could say that we've ever been concerned that they wouldn't be. It's a great community event. I won't take a lot of time here other than saying real quick, the sponsors that we have here. Again, if you want great sponsors, we got them. So it's no different than wanting to be the great paddler, the great MC. We got great sponsors. So Sobeys Inc. for our presenting gold sponsors, Bristol, North America, Town of Glasgow, silver sponsors, Stingray, both stations. The Advocate Printing and Publishing, Grant Thornton, Source Atlantic, and I think I've seen Blair here somewhere. Oh yeah, thanks Blair. And Leo Brothers, they've been the ones who've been putting our boats in and out of the waters every event, and have been probably taking their crane and moving anything we want on site. Twin River Home Builders, Tim Hortons, McDonald's Restaurants, High Tech Communications, CWC Wealth, Private Wealth, Superior Propane, Bridgeview Square, Nova Scotia Power Inc., CF Construction, McGregor's Custom Machine, Proudfoot Storage, Graybar Canada, Shediacs, Bombers Club, Big 8 Beverages, Eagles Family Dentistry, East Coast Credit Union, Pioneer Coal Nova Construction, Scotia Seamless Gutters, David Parsons, Gridline Construction, T&B Plumbing and Heating, Coastal Nova Scotia, Myatt Engineering, GE Core Electric, UCT, RP Hobble, Holiday Inn Express, and Scotia Bank. We got enough of them. Very important, as was mentioned earlier, because of these sponsors, we don't touch any of the pledges going to the beneficiaries. That we are very proud of. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. T. I'd like now to call on Jessie Parkinson, once again from the Women Alike Abreast a River Dragon Boat, for a special bench dedication. Jessie?
Many of us remember the evening in 2016 when we met Cindy Butler for the first time. She was walking across this parking lot here at Glasgow Square towards our shed over in the corner with the biggest smile on her face. She was wearing a scarf as her hair had not yet grown back from her chemo treatments, and her eyebrows and eyelashes were non-existent. Over the next 6 years, we became familiar with Cindy's story, for she liked to share as well as to listen. When Cindy said, "How are you?" she really meant it. And when you asked how she was, she thought you really meant it. Cindy's was a difficult journey. She had a significant diagnosis for one so young, stage 1, grade 3. She had an adverse reaction to chemotherapy, which resulted in a hospitalization and a cessation of that treatment. Hormone therapy gave rise to a serious depression for which she had to be treated. Her treatment was prolonged, which resulted in the loss of her dream job. And she was dealing with her youngest son, who suffered from a serious mental illness. Yet through it all, Cindy had hope, and she found lots of joy and laughter in her family and in her Pink sisters. When we decided that we were going to Vancouver in June to race, no one was happier than Cindy Butler. She'd never been to Vancouver. In fact, she hadn't been many places at all. Here was a chance to travel and compete with those she loved in a sport in which she was able to participate. January 27th was a cold night. At 6 p.m., we met at the church hall for the exercise class that we had set up to get us ready for spring and our races. At 6:30, halfway through the class, Cindy gave a little wave and left to go to get her COVID booster shot. I blew her a kiss. We never saw her again. That night, Cindy died, the victim of an act of violence at the hands of someone she loved who suffered from a mental illness. We are heartbroken. We lose women each year to breast cancer, but somehow this seems different. It brought so close to home the reality of mental illness and its devastating impact. This year, we are wearing a patch on the sleeve of our race shirts, a circle outlined in green, the color for mental health awareness. Inside, a pink heart with a break in it to signify our broken hearts. And finally, inside that break, a semicolon, a universal symbol of mental health. But we wanted to do something truly meaningful. Through generous donations from Cindy's friends and family, and the Women Alike Abreast River Outreach Program, we have purchased a pink bench, which has been placed close to the entrance of our dock. Our thanks to Mayor Dix and the town of Glasgow for freeing up this space for us and for installing the bench in its home. The bench is a place to stop and sit and talk, or a place to sit quietly and look out at the peaceful water, a place of courage and hope for a better tomorrow, a place to remember those we have lost. The inscription on the bench says it all. Cindy's talking bench. Pink Sisters of the Heart. She lived for those she loved, and those she loved remember. Godspeed, my dear sister Cindy. Paddles up.
Thank you so much, Jesse, and condolences to Cindy's family and to the Women Alike team. And Justin is 18. He recently graduated with first-class honors from North Nova Education Center. He's been performing since the age of 5. I know I booked him several times on the Pictou County Christmas Fund Telethon. And he's been heavily involved in numerous musical endeavors over the years, including the New Glasgow Music Festival, Nova Scotia Provincial Music Festival, and the recent Rotary production of The Sound of Music. Justin will be attending Queen's University in the fall to study life sciences and biochemistry, but plans to remain immersed in music and the performing arts. Justin will be performing an original song he composed called We'll Carry On. Please welcome once again, Justin Skinner.
upside down. The storms always pass, oh, we'll find our way through it. Find sunshine through the clouds. There's nothing stopping you from reaching the stars. We've already made it this far. So carry on and never stop believing. Don't let the world hold you back. You'll move the mountains and touch the sky. We might not make it, but we'll try. Together and strong, we'll carry on. One wrong move won't stop you from chasing the person you're destined to become. All the loss doesn't take away from the matches you've already won. So shoot your shot, do not spread your wings and learn to fly. You never grow if you don't try. So carry on, you'll never stop believing. We won't let the world hold us back. You'll move the mountains, you'll touch the sky. Yeah, you'll make it if you try to grow from the rocks. 'Cause the spark isn't gone, though the path is long. We'll keep moving on, together and strong. We'll carry on.
Thank you so much, Justin. That was beautiful. Original song. We'll carry on. How's Mom Cindy doing over there, by the way? Yeah, she's pretty proud right now. Very good. So now I would like to call on, and if I could give her the biggest introduction in the whole entire world, I would, because I cannot believe I have my list in front of me and I just lost my place because I have not done this in a long time. So please give a warm round of applause for Joanne Cumminger to share the story of the dotting of the I. Joanne.
I'm coming up so much, that sort of part of it all. Honorary guests and ladies and gentlemen, teams that came from afar and the ones from home, and children. It sure feels good to hear that drum beating again on that river. It's great. I would like to thank the Dragon Boat Race Committee and women alike abreast the river. Your spirit not only awakened the dragon, you are slaying the COVID-19 dragon and safely bringing our community back to life again. Thank you. The dotting of the I is customary prior to all Dragon Boat festivals. It is important for us to respect the Chinese culture, and it adds the mystic aspect of bringing life to the dragon. Dragon boating is not new, even though the women think we are. It dates back to the 14th century, and for Pictou County, it was in 1999 that a small group of breast cancer survivors got together and with a ferocious dragon spirit not only learned to paddle, they purchased the first dragon boat east of Montreal for breast cancer. Dragon boating in Pictou County created new dragons amongst us. These women became strong spiritually, mentally, and physically. As Peter said, look out. They were also instrumental in helping other breast cancer survivors in Turle and Cape Breton to form teams of their own. Dragon boating also inspired the newly diagnosed to realize that there is life after having cancer. and it increased the awareness of the importance of being early diagnosing and regular screening. The ceremony, which is known as the eye dotting, is actually awakening the dragon, and it is repeated each year after the dragon's rest during its off-season. It is typically performed when the dragon boats return to the waters just prior to racing. It is important to remember that it is considered bad luck to race a dragon boat that has not been properly awakened and his eyes are still closed. Painting the eye red gives the dragon sight. In Asian culture, the ceremony is about respecting the dragon and getting him in a good and friendly mood towards the team and the community. You want the dragon's protection, not his anger. It is in the process of awakening the dragon that brings success, prosperity, and for all good health to all that participate. The honor of dotting the I is always bestowed upon a dignitary or someone who has given back to our community. This year I have the honor and the pleasure that Dr. Lisa Barrett, as the Honorary Chair for the 2022 Dragon Boat Festival, will perform this official duty. As was mentioned, Dr. Barrett is an international science and infectious disease specialist, but most of us, she is the public face of all things COVID-19. She's been sharing her knowledge and advice with Maritimers, and she takes a complicated, constantly involving topic and breaks it down for us to easily understand. She has worked hard sharing her knowledge and advice so we can safely have events like this. And for that, we are proud to have her as our Honorary Chair. To all present, may you enjoy the races, and I wish you success, prosperity, and in these times, good health. We now will awaken the dragon.
So yes, Dr. Barrett will now join Joanne and Dion, don't be shy, Dion, to go up and dot the eye of the dragon. And also, okay, so this is a ceremonial dotting of the eye. There's my buddy Bob to capture the moment. Thank you, Dr. Barrett. And Sadie, stand by, buddy. We need you to get ready to ring that gong once the eye is dotted. All right. There we go. Nice job, Dr. Barrett. And we'll get Sadie and Mom to ring the gong. And are we ready? Seize the spirit of the dragon. Well done, everyone. Okay, so my buddy Elliot, where's Elliot? Elliot, hi buddy. Elliot's going to present some gifts and thank you cards to some of our guests here this evening. So, of course, Elliot has a gift for Dr. Barrett. Oh, flowers too. Very nice. Thank you, Elliot. Oh, one more. There's more. Very nice. Thank you, Elliot. And apparently, I get a gift? Okay. Thanks, Elliot. I'm over here. Here I am. Elliot's 5, and he's in grade 1, by the way. And we also have a gift for Joanne. Joanne Cumminger. There she is. Thanks, Elliot. And our Piper, Robbie. Oh, Robbie, you didn't melt yet, did you, bud? No, you're doing okay? He's used to hot days like this in full uniform. So Robbie's right over here. There's a gift for Robbie, our piper this evening. Let's hear it for Robbie. Look at him. He's in layers, for goodness sakes. And for our town crier, we're putting Elliot to work tonight. Mr. Jim Stewart, there's a present for Jim. And right next to Jim, Elliot, we have Justin. And Sadie gets a gift too, who was our gong ringer this evening. There you go, Sadie. And last but not least, Elliot gets a gift tonight. Thanks, Elliot. So I'll now ask, once again call on Town Crier Jim Stewart, and he is going to do the official declaration.
Oh, yay! Oh, yay! The goal has been wrong. The eye has been tarnished. The spirit of the dragon has awakened. The race on the river has begun. Paddles up and away. God save the Queen.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you for attending this evening. Wishing you a wonderful Race on the River weekend. Stay cool, and thank you for attending this evening. The ceremonial panel will take place now. If you want to check it out, stick around. Have a great weekend.
That's a good girl. Do some poses.